Africa countries where prostitution is legal 2020. Welcome to Data is Statistics. But before we start, please tell us about your country's status in the comments section below. We like to hear about them. And hey, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like to get similar videos like this. Prostitution is the practice, business, or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with someone in exchange for payment. There are an estimated 42 million prostitutes around the world. Here is the full list of Africa countries where prostitution is legal. Number 9, Angola. Prostitution in Angola is illegal and prevalent since the 1990s. Prostitution increased further at the end of the civil war in 2001. Prohibition is not consistently enforced. Many women engage in prostitution due to poverty. It was estimated in 2013 that there were about 33,000 sex workers in the country. Many Namibian women enter the country illegally, often via the border municipality of Kruka, and travel to towns such as Onjiva, Lubango and Luanda to work as prostitutes. Prostitution is widespread in the oil-rich Cabinda province, where many American and other foreign nationals work. Women from the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of the Congo cross the porous border to earn money in the enclave as prostitutes. Number 8, Liberia. The legal status of prostitution in Africa varies widely. It is frequently common in practice, partially driven by the widespread poverty in many sub-Saharan African countries, and is one of the drivers for the prevalence of AIDS in Africa. 36.9% in sub-Saharan Africa, Senegal and Côte d'Ivoire permit the operations of brothels. In other countries, prostitution may be legal, but brothels are not allowed to operate. In some countries where prostitution is illegal, the law is rarely enforced. Transactional sexual relationships are particularly common in sub-Saharan Africa, where they often involve relationships between older men and younger women or girls. Number 7, Rwanda. Prostitution in Rwanda is illegal in all aspects. Prostitutes, clients and any involved third parties, such as pimps and brothel keepers, are criminalized by the country's penal code. However, a draft of a new penal code that does not prohibit prostitution was presented for debate in the Rwandan parliament in December 2017. Due to the immense poverty in the country, many women have been forced into prostitution to make a living. In 2012 it was estimated that there were 12,278 sex workers in the country. It is thought that 45.8% of sex workers in Rwanda are HIV positive. Although prostitution is illegal, it is widespread, particularly in the capital, Kigali, and other urban centers. Many prostitutes work from bars. Often men who are seeking prostitutes sit at the bar, and those who are not sit away from the bar counter. A significant number of university students use sex work to supplement their income. Number 6, South Africa. Prostitution in South Africa is illegal for both buying and selling sex, as well as related activities such as brothel keeping and pimping. However, it remains widespread. Law enforcement is poor. In 2013 the Sex Workers Education and Advocacy Task Force, SWET, estimated that there were between 121,000 and 167,000 prostitutes in South Africa. HIV, child prostitution, including sex tourism, and human trafficking are problems in the country. Number 5, Uganda. Prostitution in Uganda is illegal according to Uganda's 1950 Penal Code, but is widespread. Despite this, many turn to prostitution because of poverty and lack of other opportunities. A study of Kampala teachers in 2008 showed that teachers were turning to prostitution to increase their income. A sex worker can earn around 1.5 million Ugandan shillings, £439, per month, whereas this would be a yearly wage for a secondary school teacher. There are many Kenyan prostitutes in the country. Sex trafficking, HIV, and child prostitution are problems in the country. Number 4, Egypt. Prostitution in Egypt is illegal. The Egyptian National Police officially combats prostitution, but, like almost all other countries, prostitution exists in Egypt. UNAD's estimate there to be 23,000 prostitutes in the country, including Egyptians, Eastern Europeans, and of many other nationalities. The prostitution system in Egypt often depends on pimping, although women also work alone. Pimps in Egypt organize the work of a group of prostitutes and receive a percentage of their profits. This is called the network in Egypt. This system is mainly used in Cairo and Alexandria and other big cities. Number 3. Ethiopia. Prostitution in Ethiopia is legal and widespread. Procuring, operating brothels, benefiting from prostitution, etc., is illegal according to Article 634 of the Ethiopian Penal Code, as revised May 2005. However, these laws are rarely enforced. Some feel it has contributed to the increased incidence of AIDS. UNAIDS estimate there are over 19,000 prostitutes in the major cities. Ethiopia has become a magnet for sex tourism, including child sex tourism. In 2015, Ethiopian scriptwriter and film director, Herman Haile, directed the film Price of Love, which was inspired by her experiences growing up close to prostitutes. Number 2. Kenya. Prostitution in Kenya is widespread. The legal situation is complex. Although prostitution is not criminalized by federal law, municipal bylaws may prohibit it. Nairobi banned all sex work in December 2017. It is illegal to profit from the prostitution of others, and to aid, abet, compel or incite prostitution. Sections 153 and 154 of the Penal Code. UNAIDS estimate there to be 133,675 prostitutes in the country. Many foreign men and women take part in sex tourism, which is thriving at resorts along Kenya's coast. Thousands of girls and boys are involved in full-time child prostitution due to poverty in the region. Sex workers report abuse, extortion and violence from the police. In 2006, a study by UNICEF reported that up to 30% of the population of children aged between 12 and 18 in the coastal regions of Malindi, Mombasa, Kilifi and Diani were engaged in some form of sex work. Number 1. Senegal. Prostitution in Senegal is legal and regulated. Senegal has the distinction of being the only country in Africa to not only legalize prostitution but also regulate it. The only condition that it is done discreetly. Prostitution was first legalized in 1966. UNAIDS estimate that there are over 20,000 prostitutes in the country. The average age for a sex worker in Senegal is 28 years old and female. There are reports of police and security forces extorting money in return for overlooking infringements of prostitution regulations. Sex workers report that they are targeted by police for bribes or free sex whether they are registered or not. Senegal has gained a reputation as a sex tourism destination since the 1970s, and since the early 2000s it has also gained a reputation for female sex tourism. This brings to the end of today's video, and thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like to get similar videos like this.